Welcome to SlowTalk English, the podcast that helps you learn English through calm, clear, and meaningful listening. Today, we address a question that resonates with every language learner. How do we memorize English words and, crucially, not forget them? It's a common frustration. You learn a new word today only to find it elusive tomorrow. This isn't a failure of effort, but often a misunderstanding of how our brains truly learn and retain information. We'll dive into the latest scientific research to uncover strategies that align with our cognitive architecture, ensuring your vocabulary sticks for the long term. For many, vocabulary acquisition feels like an uphill battle against forgetting. Rote memorization often falls short because it neglects the intricate mechanisms by which our brains consolidate new information. The challenge isn't just about inputting words, it's about building robust neural pathways for efficient retrieval. What if there was a more intelligent way, one that works with your brain, not against it? Let's explore this idea together, starting with the very science of memory. Our brains are complex dynamic networks constantly forming and strengthening connections. When we encounter a new word, it's initially fragile. True retention involves repeated activation and reinforcement of these neural circuits. Neuroscience tells us that memory consolidation is significantly enhanced by active engagement, emotional connection, and contextual relevance. Simply reading a word multiple times is far less effective than actively using it or associating it with a vivid experience. Your brain needs a compelling reason to keep a word and a rich network to find it later. Here's something you might not have considered: the profound power of active recall and spaced repetition. These are scientifically validated principles rooted deeply in how our memory functions. Active recall means actively retrieving information from your memory rather than passively rereading it. Think of it as a mental workout for your brain. Each successful retrieval strengthens the neural pathway. This process, often called the testing effect, is potent for solidifying learning. Spaced repetition builds on this by strategically scheduling reviews at increasing intervals. You review a word when you are just on the verge of forgetting it, leveraging the natural forgetting curve to maximize retention with minimal effort. It's about smart, not just hard, work. Another powerful strategy, deeply supported by cognitive science, is elaborative rehearsal. This involves connecting new information to existing knowledge in meaningful ways. Instead of merely memorizing serendipity as a fortunate discovery, you might recall a personal instance or construct a vivid mental image. The more connections you forge, visual, auditory, emotional, personal, and contextual, the more hooks your brain has to retrieve that word. This includes actively using new words in sentences, crafting short stories, or even drawing simple visual representations. The richer the context, the stronger its memory trace becomes. What if we looked at this from another angle? The emotional and sensory dimensions of learning. Our brains are intrinsically wired to remember things that carry emotional significance or that engage multiple senses. This is precisely why mnemonic devices, such as creating bizarre or humorous mental images or associating words with specific sounds, can be remarkably effective. When you attach a strong, even absurd image or personal feeling to a new word, you are tapping into deeper memory systems that are less prone to forgetting. Engaging with English through songs, rhythmic chants, or even physical actions that embody the meaning of a word can create multisensory pathways, enhancing both encoding and retrieval. Ultimately, mastering English vocabulary isn't about brute force or endless repetition. It's about intelligent, intentional practice. It's about understanding that your brain is an incredible adaptive learning machine, and by aligning your study methods with its natural processes, you can transform the often frustrating struggle of memorization into a journey of consistent, efficient, and lasting progress. It's about building a robust mental library, word by word, through thoughtful engagement and strategic reinforcement. Thanks for listening. That was today's episode of SlowTalk English. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And remember, keep listening, keep growing,